So today guys, I am currently on my way to my school to and get some of my results from the exams that I did about 2 months ago now from the International Baccalaureate. Everybody went to go and get their ones yesterday from my school. I couldn't go yesterday because I had work. I accidentally booked a shift when I should have left it until another day. But it's all good because I'm going to get them now. That's what matters. I'm not nervous as I'm going into school. I just really don't know what to expect. But my friend was reassuring me yesterday saying that based on what he got, he knows that I'm going to be good. So I'm just going to go to school, get my results, and then we'll see what happens. I also have to return this because my school gave out Chromebooks to everybody at the start of sixth form, and I returned the Chromebook but not the charger, so I need to return that today. Yo, what's good, bro? Yeah. So guys, I got my results back. Alhamdulillah, I passed. I got high out, but this is what God wrote for me, I guess. But I guess I could have worked harder for it as well. These exams were really, really difficult. The way the IB exam board ranks the grades, so 7 is the highest, which is equivalent to an A star, and then 1 is the lowest, which is like a U. So I got a 4. So you guys do the maths on what I got in. But to be honest, I'm not too fussed. I know my dad, maybe he'll have 1 or 2 things to say about how I should have worked harder and stuff, which is true. I could have done better, like more work when I was in year 13, but at the end of the day, I passed. And these exams, they were really difficult. So yeah, man, as I was saying earlier, I didn't know what to expect. And I guess these results is a reason why I didn't know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? So in life, sometimes you get thrown curveballs, but it's the way you deal with them that determines whether or not you're a winner or a loser. I have the grades that I need to get into uni because I have a confirmed place at uni anyways, but because of these grades it looks like I'm not going to get into my firm, which is a bit of a shame because I did really like it there. But you know, maybe there's a reason why God has said that that's not the place for me to go, you know. But I'm just gonna have to see what he has in store for me. But just wanted to let you guys know I passed, got my results. But I could have done better, but you know, can't be contemplating too much on what could have done because it's happened now. So you just have to move on to the next stage. Bro, I'm at the skate park where I filmed that skate video that I did while I was learning how to skate. That was good times, man. First book of this series that we're going to be covering is Atomic Habits, and the author, his name is James Clear. Tiny changes, remarkable results. A lot of people have read this book before. I think it's one of the best books that you can read, if not the best book, if you're trying to help yourself build a system in order to become a better person and have a more structured life. As I explained in my post, every episode of this is going to be focused on one chapter. So one quote or maybe a selection of quotes from that chapter that I thought really stuck out to me when I was reading this book. The quote that I'm referencing to in this video is on page 7. And the full quote is this: with the same habits, you'll end up with the same results. But with better habits, anything is possible. You basically have to look at the way you're living, analyze it, and then you have to be honest with yourself. Is this the way that I'm going to become successful by doing the things that I'm doing? Are you someone that maybe has a bad sleep schedule? Maybe you're always eating unhealthy foods and processed foods. Maybe you're always on the game until late for hours on end, or you're not really doing anything with your life. If you have certain goals, then it's important that you look to yourself and you think, is what I'm doing right now going to help me to where I want to get to in the future? And if the answer is no, then I suggest you pick up this book and you read it, because this really helped me in helping to build systems for myself. One of the things that you can do when you're trying to improve yourself is build a daily list, like a to-do list of non-negotiable activities that you have to get done throughout the day. This is something that I did the other day. So in my bedroom, on the wall, because I don't have a whiteboard, on the wall I have a piece of paper sticked onto the wall, and it has my non-negotiables that I have to complete every single day. And then at the end of the day, I'll look at that, I'll see what I did, what I didn't do, and then what steps I can take to make sure that I complete what I didn't do the following day. And I feel like if you give yourself a to-do list, it's going to be very useful for you, because you're going to be able to hold yourself accountable for things that you're doing and not doing throughout the day. And if you're putting good stuff on that to-do list, then it also helps you to have a more structured day when you're trying to do something. Now, say for example, you have an assignment that you want to get done, or you just want to become better at a certain skill. If you was to put that on your to-do list as your non-negotiable, then you would kind of be forced to actively act upon it and make sure that you get done what you're supposed to do. And then at the end of the day, you'll be able to look and be like, I worked hard today, you know, and I set a positive habit in place to help me get to where I want to go to later on in life. For me personally, a to-do list is very, very important. But back to the quote, with better habits, anything becomes possible. It's literally the truth. What he's saying is fact. If you have bad habits, it's going to set you up for a bad life. If you have good habits, it's going to set you up for a good life. The thing about habits as well, it's all about having discipline, because habits are something that you build up over time. If you're not, you know, paying attention to these habits that you're trying to build, so let's say you do it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but then you don't do it at all for a long period of time, the habit will go just like that, because when those neurons in your brain aren't being used, they're not going to stick around. You know, that's how the brain works. So you have to make sure you're constantly doing it every single day so that you can get where you want to be, because it will also help you to build discipline. And to get to anywhere in life, you need to have discipline. It's very, very important. And that I say this to myself as a reminder to myself as well, that discipline is one of the most important things you need to get stuff done. This video, I was probably going to procrastinate it and switch it to record it on maybe Wednesday or Thursday or something, and then release it on a later day. But I said to myself, no, this summer I'm trying to hit a certain goal, which means I need to be posting at least 2 videos every single week. So I took myself to the skate park, and here I am recording the video. All about discipline, right? You can't let your emotions rule what you do, because your emotions, they're not rational. It's logic over emotion. Like, I saw one person talk about this on TikTok, and I resonated with it a lot. It's really logic over emotion, because if you're tired but you know you still have something to do, you should be able to use your logic as well as your discipline to realize that I might be tired, but I said to myself that I'm going to get this done, so I have to go and get it done. You know, and when you do go and get it done, you'll realize that it was all just a thing in the brain, that the brain was trying to tell you not to do it, or just have a rest or have a day off. Because when you actually end up doing it, you feel a lot better afterwards, because you know that you've been able to accomplish something, if that makes sense. So yeah, man.